Right, so tonight on social media, plenty of folks right here in Metro Atlanta, they're buzzing about Tuesday night's episode of the sitcom Blackish.
This show tackles a lot of tough issues. Another touchy one tonight, the subject of colorism, the misguided belief that having light skin is good, dark skin is bad. CBS 46's Mike Dunstan talked with an expert about why it's so important to talk about this and also find solutions. Mike?
Yeah, that's right, Sharon and Thomas. Check out this episode. It's titled Black Like Us. It really is a tough subject to tackle in just 22 minutes, but for plenty of folks around the country, also here in Metro Atlanta, it really is stirring up some strong emotions.
A lot of my teachers, because I was darker skinned and I was in a lot of their higher ability classes and honors classes, they constantly would count me out, or if I do good, it's a surprise.
I probably have benefited from colorism because I'm lighter skinned, but no one has ever personally said out loud, you know, you're light skinned, so I'm going to treat you this way.
Some personal perspectives from two Clark Atlanta University students. And African American Studies professor Dr. Daniel Black says research shows light skin privilege is real.
There have been studies about this. There have been studies that have shown that darker skinned kids in elementary school are called upon less often than light-skinned kids, that darker-skinned kids are much more likely to be expelled from school, that darker-skinned boys are more likely to go to jail quicker than light-skinned boys.
And he admits darker skin is not always seen as a disadvantage.
Right now, we're in a day and age where black men are almost getting celebrated for the exoticism of being dark. You know, you have the Idris Elba, et cetera, who, you know, is like, ooh, look at that black man, right? Because the black itself is almost like mysterious.
Dr. Black says it's important to have conversations about colorism in language and culture.
The black cat as a negative sign, devil's food cake, you know, that's the black cake. But the angel's food cake is white. You know, I told a little white lie. You know. There are all kinds of cultural signs of the way in which we think of black as negative.
Here's one of his solutions.
I think we need to move away from calling ourselves black, period, because black is a color, and that's the problem. And we need to be clear that we're African people in America. See, Africa is not a color. Africa is a continent. So it signifies place. It does not signify worth.
Okay, so here's one more thing that Dr. Black says we all need to think about. Enslaved Africans were actually brought to America 400 years ago. He says, quote, if black people struggle with a slave mentality, then white folks struggle with a master mentality. We have a lot of work to do, but we have one land here, and we all have to share it. Sharon and Thomas.
It just, the way he first of all, thank you. Thank you for pitching and doing this story, because it's something that, you know, we talk about sometimes in the black community, but I don't know if we really dig deep and talk about it in mixed company.
I mean, I'm glad we were able to do it because it was blown up on Twitter
Sure.
and Facebook after the episode yesterday.
Yeah, and some people might think that colorism is just an issue for us here in America, but it is a problem elsewhere too.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want to give away the episode, but on the show, Anthony Anderson, who plays a dad, explains that colorism also exists in Asian countries where some people use umbrellas and visors to avoid the sun and getting dark. Also, some dark-skinned actors in India say they actually cannot get starring roles in Bollywood movies, and in some Latin American countries, products that bleach your skin are becoming more and more popular. So yeah, it is a problem around the world, not just here in the U.S.
So with 22 minutes on Blackish, what did they prove, solve, learn?
I don't want to give away the whole thing, but it was basically that we all need to do more talking within black communities, but everybody needs to talk. So check it out. It's pretty emotional, pretty powerful, especially toward the end where the mom, played by the grandma, played by Jennifer Lewis, it's heartfelt, but I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, and it's just an experience that so many of us have had. I'm going to rewatch it with my daughter. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you.
Thanks.